Searching. What's up, you Relentless Warriors, and welcome back to Relentless Fit 365. This is post-workout of shoulders and back, and this is the Q&A section, so I'm excited to see what you guys thought of this one, and if you have any questions regarding the moves that we did, why we did specific reps, or if you have questions about form. I know there's like subtle twists and things with the wrists and movements on the dumbbells, so if you have any questions regarding that, let me know. Otherwise, we could chat about what to expect coming up. Certainly about tomorrow. Everybody knows that tomorrow we're doing biceps. I had made that no secret. And also Saturday will be up as well, where we're going to be doing some MMA, cardio, kickboxing, and beatdown stuff. That's going to be fun too. So I'm looking forward to all that. And we will get into the discussion now. People jumping on board are ready. Ninja Nina, I just finished the legs on fire. Great workout. I had a question on the squats and Bulgarians. Does it matter how you hold the weight? Meaning, can you backload for those, or does it change the muscle? Are you muscle you are working like to lift heavier on the legs, but I can only go to that. Wait, hold on for a second. I can only go to that by backloading with my barbell. I did the goblet style today, but wanted to know for future reference. So when you're talking backloading, are you talking about when you said barbell, are you actually putting it on your back? If you're actually putting a barbell on your back with Bulgarians, that's actually fine. Just make sure you're not leaning forward too much. The same is true with dumbbells as well. Heavier is definitely better if you control the weight. So if you can load more weight, whether it's going to be on your shoulders or whether it's down here, neither really matters too much. Now, one thing I will say with dumbbells, when you're going to the side, be careful that your shoulders are not rolling forward. You always want to, that's why I always suggest, we talked about this yesterday, where you look up. That's one of those tricks where it kind of naturally rolls your shoulders up. Now, if you're doing a barbell and you actually have it on the back of your neck, be careful of that as well, because you could have a tendency to start leaning forward too. Now, your shoulders won't do it, but it could do it with your spine or your neck, so just be careful. Heavier weight is okay, so long, once again, that it is controlled. So in the future, that's okay. Now, with the goblet squats, there is a difference because that's a bottom weight. The weight is actually at a lower position for a reason. I would not do that with the goblet squats. There's a reason why that one's different. You want to hang the weight a little bit lower because on a goblet squat, it tends to engage your inner and outer thighs more, adductors and abductors. That extra lower weight changes the way the squat works. Now, if you put the weight on top, if you do it like a traditional style squat, if you had a barbell on your back, or if you had dumbbells on the side, it definitely changes the way you're going to push the weight. That's the reason why we do the goblet style in some cases. Other times there are movements that I will have where I'll just have you hold the dumbbells here. A barbell is just as good, and in some cases, if not better. But on a goblet squat, I would simply use the one dumbbell and stay with that style, unless you had some sort of problem with it where it was hurting you. Thank you for your question, Nina. I hope that cleared things up. If I misunderstood it, please let me know so I can reiterate what I was trying to say. Anna, good to see you, Anna. Great burn. Thank you so much. I'm doing a short cardio now. Enjoy your cardio. That's a good time to do it, especially after you just burned out the muscles with strength. I would recommend a nice 20-minute HIIT, 30-minute HIIT, something like that. Gives you a nice burnout overall. Good workout. My fingers are not cooperating today. Yeah, it could possibly just be the grip today, all that pulling and stuff. Good workout. Thank you, Julian. It's always good to see you, the Ripper. Okay, I quit. I'll just listen to you guys today. I have a callus on my finger for playing guitar, and my iPad doesn't respond when That's awesome. Well, the fact that you play guitar is cool enough. I'd love to see maybe a video of you playing the guitar with a song on it. You playing a guitar of a song. That would make sense, right? Today was awesome. Felt a pull in my right shoulder blade during the seated flies, but when standing and doing it wasn't there. Weird. It's not that weird, believe it or not, Kate. You're isolating the shoulder a lot more when you're seated. So if you do feel something like that, you feel a slight pinch or twinge or something, there's a couple of options. You did one of them. You could stand up. That changes. That should change the range of motion up a little bit. Or you could just go lighter. I sat today because it does restrict the shoulders and back a lot more. But standing isn't going to take away from that. You can literally go on heavier weight. Usually on a power exercise, when I'm trying to do strength more than just this isolation stuff, I will usually stand up and go heavier weight. So you did the right thing on standing up. Good move on that. Good to see it too, by the way. Relentless Lemon. Can someone let me know when we're live? We are live. I'm a little behind on the questions too. Emma says, super excited for some cardio on Saturday. You'll be happy I have been pushing through this week. Legs on fire, really was awesome. I can't wait to do this later. And I am proud of you because I know that this strength training is not for a lot of you. And it's mixed. We're probably 60-40. I don't know which way that would swing. I know a lot of people love strength training, and that's why they started following me. And a lot of you started following me because of like other stuff. And then strength training, you just sort of tolerated it. So I am glad that you're sucking it up and still doing it. You will see benefits. And at some point, the more you do it, you probably start to appreciate it more. But good job for you. You keep up the good work, Emelita. There's Paprika in the house. Hello, everyone. Shoulder burn during the evolution set. Oh, mama. Yeah, I went light and I felt it. I'm also looking forward to cardio on Saturday. I'll be in the studio as usual. Yes, she will. Among, I think, a couple others this week, at least one other. I think the professor is going to be there, and perhaps Bob. We'll see. I'll try to get Bob on board. I don't know about Paula, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get a lot more. I mean, cardio kickboxing, a lot of people like that stuff. So, believe it or not, those of you who don't like the cardio kickboxing, you're an anomaly. Most people actually do like it. That's why I try to convince, but I don't expect you to love everything. Just kind of tolerate it. That's good. But yes, Saturday will be a nice burnout. After all the strength training, Saturday was a good finisher. It's also the reason why I combined shoulders with back. A lot of times I combine shoulders or back with biceps, and I isolate shoulders by themselves. But I felt like in this week, the way it was laid out, biceps did better by themselves, and back did really much better with shoulders, given the exercises that we did. So I feel like it was a very nice balance. So far, I feel like it's been a nice balance. It's a little upper body intensive this week. I knew it would be, but it doesn't matter. We had a pretty good leg workout yesterday, and I'm hoping you will feel that today or tomorrow. All right, so moving on. Ninja Nina, I usually place it on the back of my shoulders, and Bulgarians, it actually stabilizes me better. Yeah, so if you're not feeling any pain, it's not going to change anything. You should feel that on the back leg where your leg is raised on the bench. You should feel that in your quads. And the longer your stretch goes and the deeper your back knee drops to the ground, if you're feeling it in your quads, you're doing fine. On the front leg, just make sure that knee is not diving inward. That's a common mistake. Make sure you try to push that knee out and make it nice and straight. It's just a common error that it's a common mistake that people do in their form where it's actually your knee is torquing in. You got to be careful with that. But it sounds like it's fine, so keep doing it. If you pace again, Christina, it'll be brutal. Yeah, on the cardio, yeah, it might. If she paces again, it truly will. I suggest more velocity type workouts sprinkled in throughout each month. Just by the way, loved it that. Very different from other cardio workouts. I actually have learned a lot in weight training. After I started following you, the long sets just kill me mentally because I get bored, but my muscles need it. Yeah, it is not. Strength training is not the most exciting workout. It's one of the reasons you will not find a lot of it on YouTube, and they'll call it strength training, and they'll hop around with a dumbbell, and it's going to be HIIT anyway. I feel like as a result of that, most people don't know what true hypertrophy training is, and they've put a bad name to it. I'd rather people just not call it strength training and just do HIIT, because if you're jumping with the weight, you're not doing strength training, you're doing HIIT. It's boring, and I'm glad someone said that. I agree with you. I think that it does take a lot more mental investment. to get through a workout like this. Whereas cardio, it's constantly moving. HIIT is constantly changing. There's different moves. It's fun, fast pace. You feel better. You sweat more, so you think you get a better workout. They're both good workouts. They're just different. And I know I've preached on that before, but I'm most importantly, I'm proud of you guys for doing it and trying it, because it is truly going to balance you better. And, that's what you want to do. It's money in the bank. When you're working your muscles out, you are burning fat, and it literally is like now your body is working to your advantage because it burns more calories that way. Well done. And by the way, the velocity workouts, maybe we will get after that again. I really enjoyed that one. To me, that was the I felt like that was the one workout last week that I felt, because I was pushed differently. I let Paprika do her thing, and don't take this the wrong way, Paprika. She's got no ability to pace whatsoever, which is why I love her. She's got one speed, and it's fast, and that's why I wanted her to pace, because I knew she would push everybody very well. Whereas I have a mentality of pace because I know what we're going through. And a lot of times I perhaps don't push as hard as I could because I know there's 2 other rounds. Paprika never takes that into consideration. She's like, I'm going to go fast because that's how I roll, and that's what's up. And she killed it as a result, and it made for a very fantastic workout. It's a compliment, Paprika. Nina said, I love the strength when it's mixed with cardio, so this week has been very challenging for me. Yes. A straight up strength training is rough, day in and day out. I feel like this type of workout or this type of style, when you're going straight strength training or straight HIIT, it's rough regardless. You'll be happy to know that tomorrow is mixed, or not tomorrow, next week is mixed a lot differently than this week. So it'll be exciting. Going back to some traditional mix-up stuff. Anna, good to see you. Anna Garcia in the house. Haven't felt sore in a while. I'm definitely feeling all this upper body this week. Noodle arms. Sometimes you just got to change it up to feel the pain. Good for you, Anna. Love strength. Also love kickboxing. I know how you roll, Relentless Lemon. You keep it up. Yeah. Kate's the one that truly loves this. She could probably do strength training every day and be in her happy place, and maybe sprinkle some kickboxing in there. You're going to like what we have for next week. It's not going to be all kickboxing, but we're mixing a lot of things up, a little bit of everything, but it's going to be fun. I've been working on that last couple of days of what, the balance has been pretty good, but I am trying to surprise you guys with new things and a new routine and trying to keep things exciting. But at the same time, I don't want to miss out on the traditional fun stuff that we have, and that's what next week's all about. Y'all keep up your MMA. Anna, you're hilarious. I'll hang out with Marta on Saturday. That's your day off anyway, right? On the things you don't like, all I will say are those are the ones that you should try to focus on. Is there a reason why you hate it? If you hate it because it's injuring you, or if it's you feel pain during it, and not good pain but bad pain, that's one thing. But I will tell you, you will see some benefits in this. Just keep trying. Keep trying to be patient with it. Anna, it gets better. Yes, I would do and love more velocity style workouts. This is coming from Paprika. If you liked that one, you would also like my Black Widow workout. Yes, good plug, Paprika. The Black Widow workout was simply amazing. Now, I didn't do it with her. I was just kind of playing personal trainer that day, and she crushed it. That was a good one. Very, very fun moves in that one. And once again, she paced it because it was her and killed it. Yeah, more of a reason to do velocity workouts if you're being pushed, Jake. I totally agree with you, Emelita. Anna, what is it about MMA that you do not like? Coordination or other? And that's actually a good question. I always try to find out and dig into the people who don't like it. And usually it comes down to they feel awkward doing it. And they don't feel like they're doing it correctly. Chances are they probably aren't. It's really about opening the hips up more. It's less with arms and more with core. And when people start to realize that, they start to really appreciate it, because then they start feeling, oh, this MMA is kind of like an ab workout. I can feel it in my abs. Ta-da! There it is. Ta-da! That's fun. Anyway, moving on. My workout for tomorrow, this is coming from AQ Chino. What's up, you Costa Rican warrior? He's going to do the velocity workout. You will not be disappointed. That's a good one. Jesse, hello, Jesse. Good to see you in the house. Yes, Black Widow was one of my all-time favorites, and that's going back all the way back to December, I believe. November, December, around that time of last year. And we had a fun, that was a fun superhero week that week too. Anna said, I hated MMA because I felt uncoordinated. Then I invested in my heavy bag, and I'm having some and having something to actually punch and kick made me love it. Sometimes it's all you need is something to make impact with, and then you can appreciate what it is. That's well put, Ninja Nina. Julie said, I'd never heard of time under tension until I started following you. I love that kind of workout and slower tempo strength ones I will never do on my own. Your videos keep me focused. Julie, I appreciate that. One thing I'll also say about strength training moves in general, whether it's time under tension, hypertrophy, powerlifting, they all have their own variables when it comes to the strength aspect. But I feel like they're timeless, meaning, HIIT's cool. Tabata was cool for a while. I mean, that was on board for several years. And you get these fast-paced workouts, and they sell very fast. People see really quick results. But you can only do that. It's only sustainable for so long. I feel like strength training, I've seen people in their 70s, 80s, and 90s and doing it. I think at some point, jumping around and doing 360s and 180s, it starts to lose its purpose. Not that it doesn't have a purpose, at a certain age and it's not fun and effective, because it is. But at some point, you have to think about long-term, and strength training in general as a whole sphere of it, encapsulated in the dumbbell strength training, slower hypertrophy stuff, has the best long-term effects on your body. It's one of the reasons I always push it. Trust me, I like fast-paced stuff, believe it or not. I love cardio things. I love HIIT. But at the same time, my background comes from strength training first, so I do recognize where the base was built and the long-term effects that it can have on people in such a good way. Thank you for bringing that up, Julie, and I'm so glad that you're able to appreciate that too. I love Black Widow. That's a good one. Yeah, thank you. And guys, go ahead and check that one out. That is a pretty good one. It's a really good one, actually. Paprika paces like she normally does and crushes it. Still waiting for the honey badger sloth workout. Yeah, I know. Emelita, thanks for continuing to remind me. I actually think that would make a very interesting and difficult workout. The relentless badger sloth, something, honey badger sloth. I like it. We'll come up with something. Eventually, keep reminding me, just like the crack thing. Keep reminding me. You should do an animal theme. That would be weird. It would be weird and fun all at the same time. I have enough animal moves on my bodyweight stuff where we could probably make that happen. Yeah, the awkwardness of the MMA, it does take time. Feels awesome in my core, especially my obliques. Love it. So there you go. There's a case where Jessie, she could feel it in her obliques. She feels it in her core, but it does take time to get used to that. And don't be discouraged about that, Anna. We talked about this yesterday, and I will continue to bring it up. You are not an exception to the rule. A lot of people who have never punched and kicked and done kickboxing in general, they just feel like it's just not for them, and they don't know how to really appreciate it. But at some point, it starts to take hold, and you're like, oh, I felt it more. If I could have one day with you here in the studio, I would show you how to appreciate kickboxing. I kid you not. There's probably something that you're doing wrong that it's taking away from some of that, and that's the bummer of it. Moving on. Oh yeah, don't forget about the AQ, the AQ Chino, the Costa Rican warrior. What's your fitness AQ challenge? That's today. He did an L sit for a minute. Intense, hard. It's on the Facebook community page. Give it a shot. Video yourself doing it like you guys always do. Keep pushing one another. It's fantastic. Isometric stuff is difficult, and that one is no exception. Paprika talking about time under tension, varying the workouts is so important. Jake is the mix master. I like that. He even keeps us focused on boring hypertrophy training. Yeah, I get bored too. Trust me. I found today to be boring. I knew the moves in general are not exciting, but at the same time, I also know how effective they are. So after the workout is done, I'm always so excited because I know what it does. And, that's what you can always look forward to. It's where the jokes started. The bad jokes, of course. Years ago, when I was by myself, my mind would just race. And then I started doing it on video, and I just started to verbalize these stupid jokes. But I had to make myself laugh. And I had to find something that was fun or funny or exciting and something that I found to be very boring. So, yeah, that's where that took place. You're not alone in that. I get it. It's a grind. It's rough. Let's see. Anna, I want you to come into the studio and get you loving MMA. Yeah, and she will. Paprika will show you some good stuff, and I think you would love it. Those Wolverines, yeah, those Wolverines, I'm assuming you're talking about yesterday. That was probably, strangely enough, I shouldn't say this, but maybe tomorrow I will. I don't know how. I feel like I missed the mark yesterday in legs. I thought when I was writing that workout out, when I was writing it up, I felt like that workout was going to be a leg beat down. And instead, it was just like, after the workout, I got to be honest, I wasn't really pleased with myself. I felt like I dropped the ball. I probably added too many moves and not enough sets. I think that I was hitting too many dimensions of legs. Perhaps I should have separated quads and hammies. That might have been better, but I did want to get a cardio in, and that's why there was Saturday. So I don't know. I wasn't thrilled about it, but the good thing is I knew this week was mostly about upper body, so I had to hit everything in legs on one day. Eventually, when we do this again, I'll probably make it more legs intensive, and then we'll see some differences. I'm not saying yesterday's was bad. I'm just saying I personally was disappointed in it. So if you didn't feel it as much, I apologize, because it was one of those things where it's like, oh, this one's going to be a good one. And then afterwards, I'm just like, I don't know. I liked the finisher. I felt like the Wolverine sidestep to tuck was a good combination. And, of course, the evolution was a brutal combination. I already knew that. So those last two, that was really the workout. The rest of it was just kind of, it was okay. It was just okay. And I don't know. I guess they're not all going to be home runs. So if you didn't feel it either, you're not alone. I'm going to be honest. If I didn't think I did a good job on a workout, I'm going to tell you. And I didn't think that one was my best leg workout. So I'm sorry. And if you haven't done it, don't be discouraged. I'm just basing it on how I felt. And I thought my legs would have been whipped today, and they weren't. And I think I was a little disappointed in that. Okay, moving on. Where was I? Road trip to July. What were we talking about? I missed a lot of comments. Where are we at here? I was too busy on my soapbox. Wondering how Robbie will do on the V-sit. Well, he's going to do like Robbie always does. He's going to make it his own, and he's going to be a thug about it. And I love that. A thug in a good way. Like that thug life where the glasses come out and the cigar comes out, and he's just like, I don't know if it's a cigar or a blunt or whatever. But you get the point. Robbie's going to do his own thing. I'm excited to see it. Nina, you were swearing during a workout? That's awesome. That means it was a good one. Emelita said, it is weird that I don't get sore. Is it weird that I don't get sore? Is it just kind of like how some people don't sweat? I only get sore every now and then, and I'm not sure if I'm not pushing myself hard enough. But during workouts, I will be legit cursing like yesterday. So I don't know. Just curious. No, I don't always get sore either. It's not necessarily that you're not pushing yourself hard enough. It's not necessarily that you are not working and you are not improving. the better shape you get, your recovery is a lot different. So you might see some initial lactic acid, some initial soreness, and, that plays a part on a much shorter scale than when you first started and you felt it for like a week. So yeah, that delayed onset muscle soreness isn't going to kick in as much as it used to. Now, sometimes it also means that perhaps you aren't pushing hard enough. Maybe you do need to increase the weight. Maybe the form was off. I'm not suggesting that's what it is, but don't think that's the case simply because you're not getting sore. I just got done talking about yesterday's leg workout. I was hoping yesterday's leg workout would have challenged me. I was even talking to Rich about it, and he's like, well, yeah, but your legs are probably one of your stronger suits. And he's probably right. My legs are pretty strong. And when it comes to like muscular endurance, legs are probably my best muscle. They're not my favorite muscle to work out, but I do love the pain in legs. So I like to feel it afterwards. And the reason why I was disappointed in yesterday is that after the velocity workout with Paprika, I felt sore in my butt for a couple of days, which is rare. I usually don't get that. And I was like, the speed did something for me. So that's what my body needed. And whereas when we went to strength this week, my body was like, yeah, it hurt, but it was okay. So, sometimes it is just a matter of mixing things up. You might get sore on one thing, and if you feel like you got sore that day, that might be something your body wants more of. So just keep that in mind, or perhaps that's where it's weaker. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing something wrong, and it doesn't always mean you're not pushing yourself hard enough either. You're perhaps just in better shape. I hope that made sense. All right. Road trip in July. I'll be there for a few days. I'll see. Oh, that's right. Anna's going to be here for the Spartan. We can show her how to kickbox and stuff. That'll be fun. You'll start to like it. Maybe. I hope so. I think you will. And here's Paprika's take on soreness. She's like, Emma, I only occasionally get sore when I lift a bit heavier and when I push speed and reps, like in the velocity video, just like what I was talking about. The better shape you get, the harder it's going to be to experience that same soreness, which is interesting because, an athlete or someone who's in fitness, you start to appreciate that soreness and want that soreness because it's like, that's how I felt when I first got started. But understand you're probably not going to feel that way all the time like you did when you first got started. And Paprika is a good point. Thank you for bringing that up. And it's like you guys think like me. And Emma's like, it stinks because I love that sore feeling. Yeah, don't we all? I didn't even read that until just now. But yeah, you're thinking like me. And it's not uncommon, which is why it's not ironic that you were saying that while I was actually saying it. A lot of people who appreciate fitness want that soreness because they know that soreness is a sign of growth, and you feel like you're not getting that growth when you're not feeling that soreness. One thing I will say is, like, this week, if you're not used to doing this, you're probably feeling sore in your upper body, and that's a good thing. You might have felt sore in your chest because you're not used to lifting that way. That's a good thing. Triceps, very easy one to get sore. I felt sore in my triceps this week. Because I know that's a weak muscle for me. So it was good for me to separate that, but not always going to be the case. And I understand that's frustrating. AQ Chino, I stopped playing basketball for a month, went back Monday, and I am so sore, but that doesn't happen usually. There you go. Yeah, getting back into it. You start. It's like you're a rookie all over again. Yeah, Ninja Nina, barely getting sore. You guys are in fantastic shape, so that's not surprising. If I can get you sore in a workout, I know it's a good workout for many of you. If you're just starting off, you might get sore more often. But it is interesting because when someone tells me they're sore, I was like, oh, that was a good one. I get excited because I know it's not easy to do. Kate's like, can't wait to see you on camera. And Anna's also Anna, another one. She works out a lot. I don't get sore often, but she gets really tired. Absolutely, when you work so much, your body's gonna react that way. Sometimes you just need to rest. Good to see you, by the way, Anna. Anna's like, no way, I'm too camera shy. I'll be there in the studio, far, far away from the camera. You aren't camera shy. You'll be fine. It's fun. It's fun. It's not like don't assume like things are different off camera and we're like all uptight. Nothing changes. We're the same people on camera as off camera, for the most part. So I think you're gonna have a good time. I think you should come be on camera and have a blast with us. We'll make sure it's cardio kickboxing so you feel awkward. I'm just kidding, Anna. I'm just kidding. Emma says my lower back is actually sore from yesterday from bent over on those Wolverines. Yes, and that makes sense. Not a bad thing. People freak out. No one freaks out when their abs are sore. They love it. But the moment their lower back is sore, they think they did something wrong. And there's a difference between a sore back and a pulled muscle in your back. And you should be able to distinguish the two. But if you're working out and you're feeling soreness in your back, that's a good thing. Good for you. I get a Ninja Nina. Did you just now change your name? I love it. Yeah, that's fantastic. Did I just notice that? I think I just noticed that, but you changed it. Brain dead. Ninja Nina, all right. I get a little afterburn and endorphins, but not sore, so I know I'm working, and you definitely are. Anna even says, Anna, I cannot wait to see you on camera. There you go. People want to see you. All right, guys, I have to get going. Day one of my hubby being gone on patrol. 40 days. We got this. Wow, yeah. You have a great day, too. You are a warrior, Ninja Nina, and I hope he has a safe travel on his patrol time. 40 days. I hope it goes fast and smooth, and you have this community, and this community always embraces people, especially during that time. So keep that in mind. She's going through a lot of stuff, as many of you are, but it's always good to know you have a place to come back to and vent and push each other to get in better shape, and that's a big part of it. That definitely helps. If Rich goes on camera, I'll do it. Well, Rich isn't camera shy. He'll go on camera, so you're on camera. By the time you come, we'll have Lion Cub doing all the switching. So, yeah, that's a deal. Rich will be on camera, and so will Anna. Woohoo! Yeah, I hope he has, and I hope he's safe. Take care, Ninja. My hubby is retired military. Been there, done that. You are strong. Julie, that explains a lot as to why you're so strong, too. Yeah, you had to go through it just like your husband did, so fantastic. Mentally strong and physically strong. 40 days, that is a long time. Wonderful chat, guys. Thank you for your comments, your questions, and thank you for joining in. Any other deal, you know how it works. I mentioned it yesterday, but if you missed it, I have a discussion tab in the website. You could click on that. It's open for discussion for anything. I am going to be refreshing that every week, so by next week it will be gone. The Q&As will not be open after this week, so if you want to go back to an old Q&A, you will have to use the calendar. Most people don't usually go back to the Q&As unless they miss it for the week. That's one of the reasons I don't want to take up the space. But the calendar does a great job to go back to old workouts, old Q&As, and other things, and check it out that way. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see, Anna, you open mouth, insert foot. Woohoo! I do that all the time, so welcome to the club. You guys have a good day, and thanks for watching. Always remember, eat healthy, train hard, most especially have fun. I'm Relentless Jake. You remember to stay focused, stay dedicated, and I'll see your beautiful faces tomorrow. We're going to be hitting biceps. It's going to be a blast. We didn't talk about the discussion. There will be a discussion at 6:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I didn't talk about the topic yet because I didn't narrow it down. I have it on, right now the topic has 3 points. I want it down to 1, and I haven't decided which topic I'm going to talk about. I'll get it by tomorrow. I got to reduce it, otherwise it's going to be a 2-hour topic. But it will be tomorrow, 6:30 Central Standard Time. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be live and public, but it'll also be on the website too. So you'll be able to click through the website and get access that way, or just go to the YouTube channel, and that discussion will be on YouTube. And then we'll have our workout as normal of biceps at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rich will be busy that day, he told me. I don't think so, Anna. You're committed. I don't think so. I don't believe you. All right. Thanks for watching. You guys take care. And I'm out.